The motion is this House would ban all pornography. First, I call upon Prime Minister Ms. Sawa Takehara to deliver the speech within 7 minutes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that those kind of pornography and pictures, the women like the being a tool, as a tool to satisfy the men's sexual desire, and we believe that kind of picturization in porn is strongly influencing the women in general. And as a consequence, we believe that those women cannot successfully voice out what kind of sex they want to have and so forth. We believe that kind of situation is very harmful for the women, so we are very strongly opposed to the pornography. So this is adjudicators. I would like to mainly talk about 3 points. The first is that how the porn pictures women, and secondly, like why only watching pornography will make the watcher actually impose the information they got from pornography to women in general. And third, after taking this proposal, how those women can freely voice out what kind of sex they want to have with their partner, and why is it justified to ban all porns and so on. Yes, and today, before moving on, the pretty simple definition. That what we mean by pornography is all the films or all the magazines or so forth that pictures the woman as an sexual actor. So. Yes, that is all for the definition. So let me move on to my first point, like how the porn pictures women. So the porn uniquely and harmfully pictures women. How? The way the camera takes scene. Like the porn is taken as if the watcher himself is in the control of that kind of sex. Like the camera only focuses on those actresses and only focuses on their face, on their body, and there is no man like in that kind of scene. We believe that in that kind of situation, the watcher himself is being like in the control of that woman. And we believe this is very like kind of accelerating the brainwash to the watchers, like as if they are in the control of the women. And secondly, often only the women's face are being exposed. Like even like as I have told you, the camera only takes the scene of the women's face or the women's body. So it is often only the women who are being exposed in that kind of film. Like they are like exposed, even though there are men beside her, his face is often like hidden, right? So in that kind of occasion, the watcher will think that women is the only one who is like exposed and so on. And thirdly, like how the pornography starts and how it ends, right? So this kind of scene of having sex starts when the men are sexually excited, and the women like tries to get them turned on, right? So they try to like get them sexually excited, and when the man is ready to have the sex, it starts, right? And how it ends is that when the men are satisfied, like sex starts, when the men are satisfied, then the sex scene ends, right? So we believe in that kind of occasion, the sex starts by men and ends by men. So we, in that kind of situation, those men are in the huge control of starting the sex and ending the sex. And there is no right for the women to start and end the sex by herself. And lastly, how the women act in the pornography. They act like as if they are so satisfied by the men, right? So in that, like they they make a voice, like they are like being so sexually excited, or like they do the facial expression that they are so satisfied by the sexual act coming from the man, right? So in that kind of occasion, combining these four aspects, we believe that porn is picturizing how the women should be as from the viewpoint of the men. So we believe there is no right for the women in that rights to voice out like what kind of sex they want to, and when they want to start, and when they want to end in the kind of pornography. Yes.
Based on the criteria of the satisfaction, why can you say only women is the dominant? Of course, men have satisfaction and women have satisfaction in the pornography.
Yes, we believe that there are several pornographies for women. However, we are very happy to ban those kind of things also, because for women as well, they are like objectifying those men and using a tool like using them as a tool to satisfy their sexual desire. So we believe it is very consistent, right? So let me move on to my second point, why only watching pornography will make the watcher actually impose the ideal type of sex they got from the porn to women in general. So adjudicators, the watchers look at the actress as a woman. They will categorize them as a woman in general, because the situation that takes place in porn is like very similar situation like their ordinary life. For example, like the car sex, right? So like when they drive a car with their partner, they will see the linkage, right? They will see the linkage. They have watched the porn in the past, and they would feel like the situation is very similar, and they will like be sexually excited, but being only two in the car, like they will feel like the situation is very similar as the porn they watch. And in that kind of occasion, like they will impose the ideal sex to the women, and we believe that it is very it is very harmful. And also, what I want to emphasize here is that because of this situation, the women get harmed. Like for example, the quarrel between partners, right? So because they are imposed the ideal type of sex, they cannot easily voice out that I don't want to do this, or I don't want to have sex right now. However, in that kind of situation, that they are like being forced to have an ideal type of sex as a man have, and we believe in that kind of occasion the relationship between partners will be corrupted. And secondly, that it is very harmful for women that they cannot voice out, even though they are forced to have their ideal type of sex. And we believe that it is very harmful for the women. So after taking this proposal, we believe that there is no access to the pornography, which will accelerate the discussion between partners. What kind of sex do you want to have? We believe it is much healthier. We are very proud to propose.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Next, I call up the leader of opposition, Ms. Chihiro Toya, to deliver the speech within 7 minutes.
Desire, and wearing small bikini in public, it's okay, and we support. Why? Because it's freedom of expression, and there is no harm to the others and also the people themselves. So why we can take away such choice, right? So okay, so but the other side ban such choices. So this is so harmful the actor of the government. So therefore, we are happy to oppose this motion. Okay, so today I'd like to talk about a couple of things. So firstly, so how harmful to women if the government ban all pornography. And secondly, I will show you how all pornography give a variety of ideas about sexual desire. Okay. So before that, several references to the previous speaker. So first, they illustrated women who do the pornography and so harmful, and so therefore we have to take this motion. No, because the first thing, so when women do the pornography, they consent and also they have incentive to show their body, and so therefore it's okay. And also our model is clear. Even if the such two harmful situation happen, we are happy to censor it and censor. So this is unnecessary to ban all pornography. Reader, please. And also the watcher who watch the pornography just because they want to watch and because their enjoyment, right? So and we can distinguish the reality and the pornography. So just only watching the pornography, the men and people do not control to their wife or girlfriend, right? So this is unrealistic. Reader, please. And also, she talked about having sex in car, an example. But so what, right? Because they enjoy having sex in car. And so why the government can take away such choice? And also, they said the couple have to talk about the sex. Okay, but we believe the pornography itself is one of the resources to think about having sex, right? So it's necessary before having sex. Okay, so let me move on my point.
Okay, so how are you going to distinguish whether this pornography is harmful or not?
Okay. Okay, so we cannot decide which is okay or not. So therefore we cannot ban. So because if we do censor and harm to the women or so forth, we are happy to ban. But we cannot decide all pornography have a harm to the other. So there is no legitimacy to ban. So it's two extreme idea. Okay. So let me move on to point. So how harmful to women if we ban all pornography? So under the status quo, because the pornography exists, the people, women, can show their sexual desire in public, right? So therefore, the two small bikini wearing in the video, and we see, and we just having fun, right? And before such taking action, they concede and they have such actress have this sexual desire, and so they want to do so. So therefore, we should not take away this freedom of choice in the first place. And also, this is their expression, so we cannot take away such choices. And in the job, the people have a freedom. So therefore, like art or in the museum, and there is no criteria whether it's good or not, and government cannot decide. So therefore, it's just freedom of expression, and also it's the body autonomy, right? And also, under the condition, women decide what's the best choice for them. And so, there's other work if women do not want to show their body, right? So, just only the people who want to do pornography do porno. So it's okay, we believe. And so after prom, no thank you, there's no opportunity to show their expression in porno. So therefore, the government officially say that women cannot control their body by themselves. So therefore, we ban. But this is not completely true. But because the women can control their body by themselves, right? So therefore, no thank you. Therefore, if we after production, the government say they cannot do so and they cannot decide the choice by themselves. So moreover, compared to the government side, women were more tend to regard as inferior to the men, right? So this is so harmful with the priest. And secondly, I will show you how oral pornography give a variety of ideas about sexual desire. Okay, so the pornography itself, why it exists? Because just showing what the sexual desire is, or just for having fun with sex, and so there's a variety of ideas about having sex and showing their body and expression. So just entertainment, and also we believe it sends a message. There is a variety of ideas. So we have to know more and more. So therefore, in the porno, there's the video about between LGBT sex, having sex between LGBT people or something like that. So they completely deny such idea. I mean, the government say it's not okay, everything. So which means they deny a variety of sexual desire. So there is no opportunity to watch and to know about such existence of the LGBT or something like that. So government should not take away such opportunity to the people, right? Because okay, having sex is okay and showing your body is okay, but government have no right to take away. But after prom, the people can never show and never see what's the variety of sexual desire in public, and so this is so harmful. And government should not ban the porno for them. So therefore, we are happy to oppose this motion.
Thank you, Leader of Opposition. Next, I call up a member of government, Ms. Chiaki Hagimoto, to deliver a speech within 7 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair and ladies and gentlemen. We think that in pornography, the women are seen as a tool to release the men's sexual desire, and because of pornography, it is damaging like the women in the society as a whole. So that is why we are very happy to propose. I want to talk about mainly two things. First, I want to talk about how. I want to talk about in more details how after plan things will be much more better for the women. And secondly, why as a government we should ban something that is objectifying people. But before that, I would like to refute to the leader of the opposition. They said that because reality and pornography is different, like people can like judge but like we don't think so. Like first of all, like most of like the people like watch like pornography many times. So like because of watching, if you like watch something many times, you start thinking that is a normal thing, and it is like good for people and good. And also like you can only get like information about sex and like pornography in the CS Club. So they cannot compare if this like pornography, the information, the pornography is like right or is like dangerous or not. So like we don't so like maybe because they like normal people never see like what other people have, what kind of sex other people have. So like maybe so like if they only look at the pornography, they like people like will start to believe that this is how people have sex. And so like they will try those kind of like dangerous sex, like maybe anal sex and those kind of things, or like stuck tools things and like their like sexual or like women's sexual organs. And we think that it will like damage like the woman's body or like so on, and like mental health and so on. and also because they said that by having porn, like the couple can talk what kind of sex they have and so on. But we don't think so because also women women watch those kind of porn. And because women watch porn, they have to think that they have to act in this way to make make the men excited and so on. So they have the women also start to believe that to make the men satisfied, they have to act in this way. So the women cannot say that I don't want to do this kind of sex because and we think that is actually damaging the woman and so on. And on their constructive speech, they said that because if there is no pornography, women can't show their sexual desire, women can't show their body, and that is so harmful. So but we don't see what is so harmful, or we don't see why showing their body is so important in the first place. And even in state's code, you can't even if you want to show your naked body in public, the state is banning that because it is affecting the other people doesn't want to see watching the woman the person's naked body. Other people are getting damaged, mentally damaged, and we think that by pornography, it is actually damaging the woman. So we don't think. In those kind of cases, we have to prioritize how many. There are so many women in this world that have been damaged, and there are very few actresses that actually want to show their body. So if we compare, we have to prioritize the women, the majority of the women that is damaged. Yes.
Okay, you talk about the problem or the true how sex or something like that, but it might happen even if there is no porno and we do not see the porno, right?
Yeah, I would like to talk about that in my constructive speech. And also they said that women can't show, so it's bad. But also the men porn actor won't be able to show their naked body, so we think it is completely fair. And they said that after plan, people can see variety of how many sexes, but we don't see why seeing so many kind of sexes is so important in the first place. And they said that it is unfair for the LGBT, but we don't think so. We are banning all kind of pornography, so even it is not no one can see porn, so we don't see why only it is unfair for the LGBT. The biggest failure from the opposition. The Europe opposition is that she did not engage to my partner's main argument. Okay, now I would like to move on to my point. Firstly, why after plan it will be much better. The women will not be damaged because no one sees porn. No one has an idea how porn should be. So if there is a man and a woman, they would maybe talk about what kind of sex they want and so on. So and because they don't have any maybe they don't know any information about anal sex or putting things on sexual organs and so on, they would not do it in the first place. So and they would just because they would want to pursue their sexual desire and want to have a much more love. We think that they will do a much more safe sex, and we believe that also the woman will be able to feel very sexual pleasure, and we think that our program can assure much safe sex and much more pleasure to the women. And secondly, I want to talk about why as a group of men we should ban something that is objectifying people something that is an object, that it means that you have no rights and so on. And as a liberal democracy fighting, the liberal democratic country was constructed in the first place to ensure rights for the people. And we believe that making objectifying the woman is actually taking away the rights of the women, and we think that is justifiable for the government to do it. We have been ensuring the women's trying to protect the women's right. That is why the government has been passing child care, the laws of child care leave and maternity leave for the women to protect women. And when the minister in the past, said that women is a tool to give birth to children. That many people have criticized it because it is against what the government has tried to do in the past. We think that pornography is just objectifying women and causing harm to women, so that is why we are very happy to propose.
Thank you, Member of Government. Next, I call up a Member of Opposition, Mr. Kosuke Watanabe, to deliver the speech within 7 minutes.
We know that in the society there are a lot of kinds of the porno. And we think that it will not deprive the life of the women, or it will not damage to the women entirely. We think that the government side says that there is a harmful for the women, but we don't think that such a various kind of the textile or such an expression of the porno is so harmful in the society. So we have to prioritize the choice of the women, and we have to prioritize such a pornography, freedom of expression, and the acceptance of the powers of sex. So we beg to oppose. Firstly, I want to rebut to the entire government side, and next I want to explain why in the society such as social acceptance towards sex will be maximized, and it will relate to the freedom of expression for the women, how it will prioritize the freedom of expression. And thirdly, I will compare in their paradigm and paradigm. Okay, first is rebuttal. So their first speaker explained, so it will place, so man is the dominant actor in the sex. So it will, because of the seeing such a pornography, man will be the dominant. But in the first place, there is not all man will be so dominant. We know that there are a lot of difference between the man and man, a lot of spectrums. Of course, there are men who like such a hard sex, but of course there are men who like not to have sex. There are various kinds of people. All of people will go rush to such a sexual desire and doing the legs. Thank you. So and next, so even though it is exists, but why dominance is so harmful? They said that it is forcing the women to act some kind of things. But we didn't hear any analysis that is harmful for the women. The life of the women will be taken away. We don't see. We think that it is the relationships of the women and men. No, thank you. Women and men, and in this field of the sex, of course they have to have a relationship and getting the pleasure with together. And we think that so if rather women have the choice to diffuse the man, because if the man has a very hard sex and if she don't like such a kind of sex, of course women have the right. Why there are other ways to avoid such a hard style? Government have to all ban such a pornography. Yes.
Maybe not all porns harm women, but the government can ban something if it has a potential to harm somebody. For example, the hate speech.
We think that they different from the hate speech because hate speech is clearly has the incitement of the crimes in the world of the hate speech. It is different from the pornography because pornography expresses only the field of the sex, and men and women have the sex and getting pleasure. Just only this. Why can you say it will incentivize the people to acting so hard things? Okay. Next, I want to explain why men will not be incentivized by such a pornography. In the first place, they said that so such anal sex and some kind of sex will be incentivized. In the first place, it doesn't harm to the women because it's we know that so there are various kinds of the sex, but such anal sex will not harm to the women because it is a kind of the sex, and of course women and men have the consent to do such sex, and it will not harm. We cannot think that it is a harm for them. It's one of the various kind of the style of the sex. And second, secondly, so of course women have the right to resist the action of the sex because the relation is stand on the consent of the sex or consent of the relationship with them. So if women don't want to do such a hard sex, of course women can choose not to do that sex, and women will say that opinion to the man. If man will not tolerate that opinion, of course women have to choose to refuse from that man. So we think that it is not a problem. And thirdly, even though there is a harm to that women, so it cannot be the reason that we will all ban such a pornography, because in the first place there is almost no linkage for the men to intensify that pornography, just seeing the field of the sex, and the pornography will not say that man should do like this. We think that there is no linkage in the first place. So government should not ban such all kind of sex, pornography. So, next I want to move about expanding the opinion. In the first, as our first speaker explained a lot of things, we think that the body autonomy of such a female actor is so important because, as we said, that it is a job of the men. In the society, we know that there are a lot of kinds of the jobs for the women, but it is okay because it is the choice of the job. It is very protected in the society. And so choosing that job based on the consent of that women, so there is no problematic. And we think that women should not be criticized, or that life should not be banned. No, thank you. So moreover, we say that the freedom of expression is very important because freedom of expression is a way to express their opinion, what they want to do. We know that in the society, if you want to do a particular action, of course that action is legalized and it is okay because it is based on their choice. No, thank you. And we think that it is, in this case, there is no harm to the women. They only said that car sex or anal sex, but it doesn't harm to the women, of course. In this case, choice should be prioritized. No, thank you. And we said that in the society, if there is in their paradigm, there is no pornography in the society, then what will happen? The situation they will face on the sex is that just you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, and in the bed you have the girlfriend. In this society, why can you say you know the other kind of the sex to satisfy themselves? And we think that the pornography will ensure the various kind of the sex, and it will create the very big social norm that the sex is okay in the society, and of course it is even if it is not harmful, of course SM or is okay, or LGBT is of course okay, and such a lesbian is okay. This